Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Speak On It Comics, where we discuss any and all topics in the wonderful world of comics. My name is Charles, and I have
Eli
and
Matt
from Popping Out. So we have a full house today, guys, and today we are going to discuss Robin and Batman. So this is Robin's perspective on his crime fighting journey with the Batman.
We got issues 1, 2, and 3.
So I am the one person in this team that have not read the story, so I'm going to be asking them questions about what it's about. So I'm going to be you guys, okay? The audience, asking these guys about Robin and Batman. So let's start with the first issue, all right? So first off, what did you guys think of the concept, the fact that they switched it around and say Robin and Batman? Was this the first time DC did this?
No.
Robin and Batman?
I don't remember,
Word-wise?
to be honest, as far as the wordplay. Usually it's always Batman and Robin, or Robin, Nightwing, whatever. I think it might be.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so too. Was Robin and Superman? Is it Superman and Robin or Robin and Superman?
It
probably Robin
is.
and Superman.
I think it's Robin and Superman.
I'm
Robin's
just saying
getting
that
top
because I'm
billing now?
favorite.
Nice.
I could be wrong, but
I could be.
I'm
I
being
could be
biased.
That Superman's humble. He'd give Robin top billing.
But it
can do that.
wasn't it Superboy? Isn't that one?
No, there's a new one that
Oh,
came
there is.
out.
There's
Oh.
a new issue. There's a new DC comic called
Robin and Superman?
Robin and Superman.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So
Huh.
It's a one
yeah,
shot.
it's pretty interesting.
I gotta pick it up.
So which Robin? Which Robin?
The best.
The only Robin that matters, man.
Oh, see,
There's
you know
a-
what?
Shots
See,
fired!
guys, see.
Not
We're gonna
all
one day have a
Robins
speak on
are
it
created
about
equal.
what was the
not
best
all
Robin.
Robins
We're
are
gonna have.
created equal.
Okay, we're gonna have
Josh
because
on
I
that
know
one.
some people like Tim Drake, some people like Jason Todd.
Who doesn't like
Even
a
though
little-
Jason Todd is a better Red Hood, I think.
Yeah, but exactly.
know?
But he's not Robin.
He's not
You know what I
right.
mean? But yes, this is.
And we can't forget
this
Damien,
is
of
Dick
course.
Grayson.
But okay, so this is the Dick Grayson Robin. So this is taking place what year?
Maybe year 1-ish.
I would say
of
year
Robin.
one, where the story kicks off, pretty much. As you can see, you have. It shows Robin in school, I believe, or a flashback. Yeah, so you have a flashback to his origin story, you
Okay.
know, and then it goes to him in almost like a Nightwing outfit. I'll show you that.
If you guys don't know the artist on this, he's
Oh,
phenomenal.
Oh,
Great
great guy.
artist.
Nice guy too.
Yes.
Met him at a couple cons.
Actually, one of the first times I met him, I had an iPhone 5 or something.
That's right. He drew.
And I asked how much would it be him to draw a little Nightwing head on it. He did it for free.
And he
And I wore it, I didn't wear it, but I carried it around until it,
Yeah,
my body
because
sweat
doesn't
erased it.
he did Hush? Did he did what story he did? He did
Oh, the one with
The Heart
Catwoman,
of
the
Hush?
Heart of Hush.
The Heart of
Yeah, he
Yes.
did that. Yeah,
He did that. He did a lot of Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Which
Some
I had
great
him sign
Batman
the
work,
statue
too.
for that as
The
well.
posters.
For free. Like I said, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He
No,
did
they-
Little
He
Gotham,
did Little Gotham.
the cute
Okay.
one,
They have the
little,
toys
okay.
line.
little tiny guys. Yeah, I got
Okay.
them still.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think.
Nah,
And then he
really?
has his own run that I gotta read.
Mhm.
There's like a futuristic about a kid in like a galaxy
I
somewhere.
have it here.
Which
Check
I,
it
got,
out.
which I would like to check
But,
it out.
you know,
Yes, the Cinder.
The Cinder,
He's,
yes.
he's
Cinder.
good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I
And
gotta
then they
read.
have a Cinder. They have
There's
a
a second
Cinder
one, right?
and then this Cinder. Yeah, that he's.
Well, look it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
So,
like I said, if you
great
want to
stuff.
look for his art and his works, he's been around and he's been doing great things.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And you can find him at Comic Cons.
yeah, the nice guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd have
That's
bought
cool.
this anyway, but it's always a plus
To see
an
his work.
artist who's actually a
watercolor's
good
beautiful.
artist, a good person. You know, at least to the fans. You know, so
Yeah.
he definitely looks out for us. But yeah, so the comic kicks off, as you can see, it's Nightwing. He looks like Nightwing.
Yeah, he kind
And
of does.
it's funny
it.
because like
You're
he
right.
has like the outfit, but he's like Batman day one. They show him,
There you go.
you know. So it's definitely year one of Robin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Batman's training him,
So,
Okay.
and Batman doesn't have much faith in him neither, because he's like kind of like micromanaging everything
he is.
Dick
Though.
is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess from a father's perspective, I
Well,
get
I
it.
mean, at that time, Dick was what? How old?
He's probably 12, maybe
Yeah.
12,
So-
13 in there. He's
Yeah.
probably a
Pretty-
kid.
Yeah.
He's not a
After his
teenager. You know what I
parents'
mean?
death.
Right,
That's
he's a
why I said
preteen.
12.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't. He's referred Alfred refers to him later on as a child, not even a teenager. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like 12. Because when you hit
Okay.
13, you become teen. At least that's how I see it. How
Right.
do you think he is?
Right.
I think so too. Because I don't know if they said what grade he's in,
No,
but he's
no,
definitely
they
he's
show-
definitely he's a kid. He's probably fresh out of like after Batman took him in. maybe
Okay.
a year after,
Okay.
You know?
if that, I would say.
So they show
good.
him in school, as you can
got his little
see.
uniform on.
Oh,
Alfred's
nice.
like
Okay. So it actually shows.
He
Okay.
beat some kid up.
he does. That's an issue too.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no, that's this issue, the first issue.
He beat some kid up. So
Yeah,
wait,
Bruce
wait.
pissed him off. Well, the kid was the kid being a bully to
He
him?
was. So the cool thing about this book, it kind of gives you the mindset of all the characters. Like they have Robin in school, and he's in school, he's falling asleep, and it's him
The
talking
Batman
about
training.
like, you know, this isn't my life no more.
Okay.
He's like, I'm learning about stuff that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So as he's like in school, he's learning. They show like cuts to him training with Bruce Wayne, you know, training with Batman, you know, because
Okay.
he's like, it's easier. That life is easy. Like this life of pretending is hard. So already you can see like Batman's like, you know,
Influence.
yeah. So
already
you have
his
the
life.
angel and the devil, and Alfred's like, listen, you got
need
homework.
school. you
Right.
need
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He's like, enjoy it. And the first issue, you can kind of see that torn between like Batman saying, like, listen, you weren't doing
This is the
this.
mission.
You know, he's treating him not a kid because he even calls him, I don't know if in this issue, second, a soldier.
Okay. Okay.
And Alfred's like,
He's just
you're
a boy.
kid.
Just a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see if there's anything else we can hit on this issue before we jump on to the second issue.
Was that what? Why did he beat up the boy? Was
So
it the kid?
he was in school. I think that's his.
Was the
I think
kid
that's
bothering
second
somebody
issue.
or?
Yeah, no. He was getting bullied. So they walk up to him, and they start like picking on him, and he just kind of relied on his training,
Yeah.
and he like yoked them up. You know,
Okay,
like
okay.
you know, there was a couple of them.
And the cool thing about that, Alfred was ashamed of him, but at the same time, Alfred was like proud of him. Not ashamed. He was like, you shouldn't have did that. But,
Right. Kind of a little disappointed.
but
I
he
guess?
gets why he did it.
So this
Oh,
is
okay,
the
gotcha,
second issue,
gotcha.
as you can see. You know, he's out there. The kids run up on him, and then he just had enough. You know, so he goes to the principal. You know, the principal's office. They call Bruce Wayne in. Of course, he's not going to show. Who shows up? The father of the Bat family, Alfred, shows
Alfred.
up. And then they're in the car. That might be this one though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
What
so
is Alfred saying to him at that
Pretty
moment?
much-
Like,
Alfred? You know, this as you can see, he doesn't say anything. You know.
okay.
And you know, Robin, you know, Dick Grayson pretty much tells Alfred he's sorry. So then
Okay.
he's like, "Well, they did start it," and they both walk away
Okay.
smiling.
Okay.
So you know,
And Alfred in the first issue too is kind of like coaching him and kind of explaining to him how Bruce plays mind games and you know what I mean. Like he's trying to, I guess he's trying to keep Robin leveled. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I know on this side of he wants Robin to more embrace his being a kid than and becoming a soldier. Because Bruce never had that balance.
Yeah.
Bruce was a soldier pretty much right as soon as his parents died. Like I always tell people when his parents got killed, Bruce died in the alley too. What was born that day was someone totally different now, and he was just a soldier once he made that vow. So I think Alfred's trying to avoid Robin from becoming that.
and the cool thing about the first issue is pretty much it's a training.
Training day.
Batman sees these two thugs robbing a meat factory. Doesn't really think much into it, so he lets Robin go out. Robin, you know, he fights, he gets a couple hits in. You know, like bad guys just say knock him around a little bit, but then like he's amped up, and somebody comes out from the truck and Batman throws a bat around. And he's like, I knew it.
He knew it was there.
And then he's like, well, listen. He's like, if I wasn't here, it could have been worse. So
Right.
he tells Robin, no more training. No more like field training. We're gonna go back, do the basics. Robin's
Yeah.
like, I don't want it.
Yeah,
Like I'm
really
ready.
have faith.
He's
Right.
like, believe in me.
Right.
So then that's where Alfred's like, listen, you're a growing man. Like I believe in you as a human. Like as a child, as a son figure, like to do the right thing.
Okay.
So he's like, don't worry about that. Worry about your schooling, yourself. You know, become
Take it
a
one day
person
at a time.
more than this robot sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
So then Batman goes out on another mission without him.
Yep.
He goes in
He
the
burns Robin's Nightwing outfit. Alfred
that
told
was,
him.
Yeah, there.
Issue
So
one,
yeah,
yeah.
issue one, he tells him
So
like,
was-
I
Robin
haven't.
took it as a cue.
I'll show you.
When him and Alfred were in the car.
So yeah, so he tells him like, he had an outfit for you, but now that's it. I'm just throwing it out. It's gone.
So Robin
Okay.
sees it
So-
as he
okay.
lost faith in him.
So Robin follows him, thinking that's another test. Being Batman's always like testing things out.
Okay.
He follows him up, and then they bump into, of
Killer
course, who would also be in the
Croc.
sewer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Solomon Grundy, no.
No.
You know,
Croc.
Killer Croc. He throws Robin around, figures Batman's, once the Batman pops up, he's like, all right, so you're Batman. Batman gets his ribs broken, they escape.
Okay.
So that's how issue
Wait,
2 sets up.
two. Oh, sets
I
up
mean,
for 2.
it sets up for 2.
At the end of issue
Okay.
1, doesn't Robin see his green and orange? And
So
red?
yes, all right. So at the end, pretty much Batman's explaining to him like, listen, I didn't destroy it,
I improved on it.
So it
Made
shows,
the
and
Robin
Robin
outfit.
made his own like outfit, which is the classic short shorts. They gave him that look. Let me see if I get a full shot. They gave him like that green. They
The
showed him
look that
making
he
it.
was in the circus.
So when at
Okay.
the end, Batman's like, I don't like wasting money. I didn't burn the outfit, and he gets mad because he knows it's the same color scheme.
Because Batman read his diary.
Of course,
So of course the kid feels
So he's mad because he's like, not only did you
you
cut me
invaded
down,
my privacy.
yes, he's like, the only thing I had left,
Mhm.
you took,
Okay.
which is that what it is.
Don't read
That's,
other people's privacy.
Don't
That's
read
bad.
Right.
So that's where that issue kicks off. Now you get into issue 2,
Uh-huh.
which is over there, as you can see. It's very Killer Croc heavy. You want to kick off issue 2?
Sure.
Again, this is, as we talked,
He starts with the fight because I
Starts
remember
with the
that
fight.
that part.
Okay.
then it gets, issue 2 is kind of cool because you can tell it's, Dustin just having fun.
Mm.
He's like, all right, here's his birthday.
Yep.
So for your birthday, if you're
I'm
Batman,
taking you to the Watchtower
yes, so he takes him up to the
to meet
Watchtower.
Superman.
And if you know anything about the Watchtower, if
Wonder
you're a
Woman.
Justice League fan, that's pretty much
Hawkeye.
their
Flash.
base of operations,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see here.
Okay.
They
Nice.
go in there, everyone's having a good time. The adults go off to adults and tells Robin, hang out with the kids. And there's all the kids in the back, they're having fun. You got Wonder Girl, you got,
Kid Flash,
Kid
Aqualad,
Aqualad was there,
Oh, okay.
who's just the loner.
Speedy.
Speedy was there, yes. And while all the
They
adults
sneak-
are out,
they
Robin's like,
sneak
hey,
away.
why don't we go on a mission? Because they see like something pinging
Okay.
on like the.
It can't be. Justice League can't be everywhere at
And,
once.
and apparently,
Right.
Hawkman's the worst supervisor ever.
Yeah,
or
he's-
babysitter. They're
he's-
climbing through vents above him,
and he's
like-
looking up, and then he goes back on eating
He's
whatever he's
like,
doing.
none of them are my kids. I don't
It's like, I don't
care.
care.
So yeah, and then not only, you have what is the Ace Gang, right?
Yeah.
So-
The cart. What is it called? The
Royal
cart
Flush,
gang? Royal
right?
Flush.
Oh, the Royal
gang,
Flush
yeah.
gang.
Royal Card,
More
yeah.
like a toilet.
Yeah.
And they had the look from pretty much
The
Batman
animated.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they did. Ace and all
Ace,
that.
All right. So Robin's already taken.
Yeah, he's
the
taking
leadership,
the leadership.
You know,
guess they're
he's,
fighting
leading
Toyman.
the team in a
Yes.
mission there.
Yeah.
And how do they do? Is it
And it's
successful? Is it
funny,
a,
yeah, no.
Yeah,
they're
they're
out there.
kicking booty.
Like they whoop King Shark's, you know what? They kick
tail,
his gills in.
Kick his tail.
You know, and even I think it was not Wonder
Hawkman's
Girl.
like completely oblivious that the kids are gone.
Yeah,
And
mind
it
you.
seems like they were gone for hours.
Yeah, you see swoosh, and Hawkman's walking because he had
Right.
to take a dump or something, and he comes back.
This one
And then
trashes on
they're-
Hawkman's ability to be a good
You
father.
know, so it's like a good day.
okay.
So, and then of course Robin
Oh, this
comes
is
home,
my favorite part.
and what does
Oh,
Batman
man.
ask him?
So
Soon as he's
Batman,
home.
so pretty much they head off to from the Watchtower, and Alfred asks how was it, and in the beginning Robin's all excited and stuff, and
He's a kid.
I met Superman, and I made
He's a
some
kid.
friends, isn't that? All of a sudden Batman's like report, and all of a sudden the kid goes,
Yeah. So you think when you read it, it's like, oh man, Batman knew. Like Batman knew
he
that he was
knew,
going
he probably
out.
told Robin how to.
So then you're feeling like, all right, he wants to report on the mission,
Mhm.
but that's not the case.
Nope, he has him report on what is Wonder Girl, her weaknesses, what he picked up on her, Aqualad and his low self-esteem and how to like cash in on that. Each and every kid that Robin ran into, Robin just stood there like
He
a
did the
soldier and
synopsis.
reported synopsis like Terminator, weakness, how to exploit it.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Batman Tower Babel. Love
Yeah,
that
so
one.
pretty much for this kid's
Justice
birthday, he
League.
sent him to hang out with his so-called friends
Yeah, it's kind
and
of
to come home and tell me how, if they go bad,
How do we take him out?
how do we take it? And then
Just the way he's a
see,
kid.
look,
That was-
and then even though you can see
even
from emotions wise,
it's just like
you have Robin coming in the corner, happy, loving life, and then as soon as he reports,
report.
you get this very statuesque
very
Gotcha.
romantic.
Gotcha.
face
And
he
then
makes.
Alfred is not happy with what Bruce
And mind you,
did.
Alfred's standing next to Miles,
Alfred's disgusted.
and you can just see it right there.
He even calls Bruce a bastard.
I don't
You
know.
bastard.
It's kind of good, but there you go. Alfred's like, pretty much, you disgust me.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's just he couldn't even face. He
So-
cursed him and walked away.
He walks out. Batman's like, man, go make me a sandwich. And
Bobby
towards
spit.
the end of the episode, Killer Croc is like, wait, I've seen that
I know
outfit
that kid.
before. And
He remembers.
he goes to some hacker dude and is like, get me the information on Dick Grayson.
He remembers. So part 3,
That's
Croc knows
that's
who
pretty
Dick
interesting.
Grayson is.
That's
Yes.
pretty interesting. So Batman is very methodical.
Yeah.
He just moves chess pieces, basically.
Of course.
He knows exactly what he needs to do, what information he needs to have, because Batman just like to have those type of things. So sorry.
He was
So
like,
now,
kind of like going away from us. I'm like,
Sorry about that.
Bring us near.
now, final
Final issue.
issue 3.
But to hit on what you're saying with
Mhm.
Batman being like, you would think like, hey, listen, maybe your outfit shouldn't match your other outfit. But again, like he could just be a kid who happened to go see the show and is like, oh, I remember them. I enjoyed it.
Right.
But there's a little more to why
Detail,
Killer
yeah.
Croc was like, I know him. And you don't get into that until you get
Ah,
to issue 3.
the reveal.
Did they go into why Batman made it like that so he can kind of keep ties with who he
No,
was? Or that
so,
was another
alright.
comic altogether?
So let's jump back in the past, I guess, to 2000. And I would like to compare this one. I'll do that in the end. Let's jump forward now. We have the 52, the Nightwing arc, the new Nightwing 52. The first comic goes into, I think, when Talon showed up, but they have a backstory,
Right.
and it's him going through his notes and he's reading it, and he's talked about the Robin being the family crust, and it talks about his uniform. And in that issue, Batman pretty much tells him, listen, now why you need these colors, because when you go into the dark, there's no getting out.
Yeah.
So he's like, wear these colors, this is to keep you from becoming me. I hide in the
I remember reading that
showers. He's
before.
like, you go out there, you're gonna be seen. It's gonna be like, and for purposes, like everyone's gonna be targeting you. So
Yeah. Yeah.
listen, you're gonna be number one target. So you're gonna have to be better than me,
Right.
as a man, as a fighter, as everything else.
Right.
Because there's no hiding. When you show up and look at my big red and green and yellow, so that explained his color scheme in New 52. I could be mistaken, but I'm 100%.
I know I
sure.
read it a couple times. Yeah.
I think that was it, because I remember
was
everyone was talking about how bad it was, because it was Grayson, the story. Grayson, which was a great book. It was when he was James Bond Jr. It went from that to it was a great book, man. That's what it made me think of. It was after the villain syndicate, the Evil Within. Or what was it?
Evil Forever or something, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, Forever Evil.
Forever Evil. It was after that
yeah,
arc
was
when
great.
they killed
Yeah.
Nightwing.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
another one
he was
show.
gone, so Grayson
Yeah.
became a spy,
Right.
and he worked for Spiral, which was a great read if you're a Nightwing fan, if you're a Grayson fan, or if you like spies. But then they started with that one, and then they showed
Gotcha. Gotcha.
they gave you that excuse. But that's what they talk about.
So now this is pretty interesting. So you have Dick Grayson over the body of Batman. He's pretty broken there.
Yes, because remember, Batman does have broken ribs still.
Yeah, he's beat up.
So okay, so tell us what
Alfred
happens
always
in,
yells at him, leaving him. He's all
in
banged
this
up.
issue here. We start off with
Croc remembering his past.
So now,
he was a freak show.
Charles hit it on the nose. Like, why would Batman let a kid wear his stuff if people are just going to be like, I went to the circus once. Yeah, that's Dick Grayson. It's a little more than that. As it shows, it's pretty much inner dialogue between Robin talking about his past and his present. And talking about the only time he felt alive now is when he's fighting compared to when he was with his father. And they show you a cutback of Killer Croc
When he was scrawny
in a tank. So he was in the circus, and
Getting
Killer
fed
Croc's
fish
like
heads.
pretty much.
Okay, gotcha.
was the freak
So
show.
that's the
Yes.
correlation between those two.
So he knew it.
Okay,
He knew
gotcha.
it wasn't just
Gotcha.
like I've seen a kid in a circus outfit once.
Yeah,
He saw him
And that's you.
constantly
I see.
before he broke
Yeah.
free
So
or
this
so.
issue pretty much goes to Robin, how he's dealing with himself in school. he's not there. He's drawing in his book. A kid sees the
I do
Robin
that.
outfit, and he Killer Croc. He's like, "Oh, I love the monsters." He's like, "Oh man, let me not draw in public."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially my personal stuff.
And then while he's daydreaming, he's talking about how much life is easier as being Robin. You
Okay.
go into an announcement, and who's in his school? Killer Croc himself.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
again, it's great art. I love his style. It's almost like gives him that animated series look with the
I love
short
when he goes
pants.
really light and then he goes
You
really
know,
dark.
he got the
Yeah.
tank top, the short pants, the trench coat. That's
Yeah,
like
that is cool,
the
yeah.
animated series
Yeah.
Croc. At least that's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yep.
So it goes in. He pretty much
Get him
tells
with a
Robin,
rock.
"Come through." Like he calls him. At least he doesn't
He
say.
calls him out, little birdie.
Yeah, he tells him, "Come down, fight me. I'm going to kill everyone in school."
Gotcha.
So Robin trying to do his bravest thing.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls the fire alarm before the kids leave, and he goes running in, puts a scarf over his face. You know, opposite of Daredevil, it's over his mouth instead of his eyes. You know, because Matt Murdock put it over his head.
Yeah, he does. He puts right over his head. It's like, okay.
You know, so he puts it in
You
there.
know.
They get into a brawl. Of course, he doesn't win. Batman goes in. You want to
Yeah.
say what happened to Batman when Batman
So
tries to go
Batman
in?
gets beat up because Croc remembers that he hurt him. So he pretty much takes advantage of that.
Like all villains in all
Yeah.
movies.
And then Batman knocks out pretty much. He carries him away, takes Batman away to set up a trap for Robin.
Yeah, of course he doesn't want to kill him there. You know,
Batman becomes bait.
there will be no more stories. So he's like, "Listen, come down.
Yeah, right, no more
Come
Batman
down to the
comics
place
if he
that
killed
made
him."
you." So he goes home. He tells Alfred. Alfred's like, "Listen, we can call the Justice League." He's like, "We don't have time. This is my mistake. I'm fixing it." And Alfred's like, "You know what, man? I'm sick of this. Go
Yeah,
ahead."
he's like, go ahead, do what you gotta do.
You know,
He goes, Bruce dies, that's one less headache of mine.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say that. Though.
yeah, Alfred.
That's probably what he
pretty
was
much, you know,
thinking.
He says,
He
you
says,
know,
"Do what you gotta
he
do."
doesn't work, and then he tells
Call back to
Robin,
United.
which is a nice little thing.
Yep.
So he's like, "Listen, Batman works alone." He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"But he doesn't. You know, he doesn't work alone." He's like, "He found you." So, and he gives Robin, you know, the little outfit. Robin goes back to the circus.
Okay.
You know, you go in the circus, goes more flashbacks with Flying Grayson. Then another animated series cut back. I want to say Batman hung up upside down in the tank. You know,
Nice.
and you want to jump up from this point?
So, ends with pretty much Batman all dangling from his feet, getting drowned, while pretty much Killer Croc is taking his anger out on this poor kid. He's the ultimate villain. You know, picking on a kid, shame on him. So then pretty much Robin ends up kind of like taking the punches. He got hit a couple times, he's getting drowned.
And it's pretty much Killer Croc talking about how much he hated him because he had the perfect life.
Yeah,
Like he had
so
a
it
family,
was- Croc
he had
was
love,
like
he
a
saw
kid.
him. So, and Croc
Right.
is like, I had nothing. I was in cold
I was
water.
getting
So he's
fish
like,
heads.
I brought you in this place so you can feel how I feel. Like he's fighting him in the tank that he was in.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, and he's even like trying to like drown him. And he's like, you feel that cold dark? He's like, that was my life.
Even
Oh, wow.
Bruce was
So
like
true.
pleading for him to
Yeah.
let the kid go, but Croc is not having it.
So you have him blacking out in the water. He's drowning him. You know, he even sees his parents. He's about to go.
Flashbacks,
You
flashbacks.
know, but he's like, nope, it's not ready. He sees a little Sharpie Sharp in the water, and he found a place to stick it.
He gets stabs him.
Okay.
Stabs him right in the eye.
Okay.
Says right. So this Killer Croc is one-eyed.
Yeah, I mean, he's a reptile. Maybe he can grow it back. I don't know. So yeah, and he goes in, and he's
Beats
hurt.
the hell out
He
of
starts stomping on his head, and even as a kid, if you're flying 20 miles per hour on a rope, stomp on someone's head, you'll knock him out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that'll hurt just a little bit.
You know, it's the Robin book. You know,
Batman
Robin's
gets
gonna
out.
win, of course. And he frees Robin. You know, and they
Batman
embrace each
unties
other.
himself.
And you know, goes back to Robin actually
Balance.
realizing that he can do both. He
Yep.
can be a kid and still be
Be a
Robin.
superhero.
You know, and he goes back
To his friends.
to his friends,
That he knows their
and
weaknesses.
they kind of start Teen Titans. I guess is a little,
That's cool.
And you could start with that. Speaking of Teen Titans, since you want to talk about the
Yeah.
old.
So when I was reading this book, actually, Elias told me I didn't know it came out. He was like, "Oh, there's a Robin book." I'm like, "There's a Robin book." You know, like Damian
by
Robin.
his favorite,
you know,
by
I'm
his
like,
favorite artist too.
You got to let me know like what Robin it is before I spend my money.
Like we're gonna have a speak on that.
Yes.
Centralia.
So he shows me that it's Batman and Robin, and I'm like, oh, all right, stick. That's awesome. So as I was reading it, the way that they talk about Batman's mindset and Robin's mindset, it went back to a 2008 miniseries. I think it's like 3 issues or
It was
something.
2008.
2008, yeah. Teen
Seems
Titans
further.
Year One, and by the writer Wolfram, right?
Wolfram.
Wolfram.
Wolfram. Yeah.
Ram, yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
where's he from? Give us a little quick.
I mean, Wolfram. He's been around for a minute. He's done a lot of different superhero stuff.
Okay.
So he's really good. He's a really good writer.
I mean,
and
like,
everything. He's been.
That's the only book I didn't know who the writer
Yeah.
was when going back on it, but it is a great book. And the
Yeah.
cool thing about that book is the first
The art
issue.
is nice, too.
It shows, Robin, Batman doing their thing, fighting crime. And Batman's very focused. Robin's a kid. Like you can tell, he's a kid enjoying himself. Where Batman's like, this ain't fun and games. This is life or death. Chill out. Just be
Focus
a
on the
soldier.
mission.
So they get to a point, they're trying to get information, I forgot what. But the whole premise is that they get like a person who's selling jewelry, like he's only, stolen jewelry, a pawn shop, and Batman goes wild. Like he says, me and Batman. Using his great detective work by knuckling up and beating the snot out of this dude. Robin's kind of
Not like
watching
a
him.
punch to make
And
people
it's
talk.
to the point the guy doesn't know. He's like, I have no idea. And Batman's like, that's not good enough. You better think
Tell
about
me
something.
something.
So Robin grabs him, holds him back, and he's like, listen, let the
What are you
cops
doing?
have him. Like, he doesn't know. So he goes over, he's like, yo, you little punk like you ain't gonna tell me what to do. And he just backhands him. And not like the front slap you see.
He does one of these.
He, like, launches him.
Yeah.
And he says, don't come home. So the store owners come out, and they pick up Robin off the floor.
Damn.
And Robin's like,
Batman
all
was
right.
abusive in 2000.
So then he leaves. And then it cuts to, like, Aqualad in the ocean.
Okay.
And Aqualad's kind of a reject. Like, he's what everyone else, they see Aquaman. And it cuts to that, and it goes into, like, all the kids being left or feeling, like, detached from their role models.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
and that's what that
that
story
brings
kicks
them all
into.
Brings them
together.
all
Which is it's a good book. Like I said, it's
We
just
should go
like
over that one day.
where he's more mentally abusive in this. But even when when Batman made Robin's outfit, he did it because he as a gift. Like he wanted, that was his birthday gift. Like I made you an outfit based on your family.
Oh, so okay.
So that was it's a
So
messed
like
up
his,
way. I mean, he
rebirth.
saw it way, but Alfred explains it. It's like he wanted to give you something.
Yeah.
Not the fake field trip you went on when you had to snitch on it.
Find out their weaknesses and exploit them.
So yeah, I mean,
Nice.
like either book, like if you can find it, and I'm pretty sure they have a trade on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Teen Titans Year One, the art's great. It's different style. It's almost
If you're a
like
Robin
anime, cartoony.
Yeah.
It's good. It's just all around a good read. And Robin's, that's the cool thing about this. Robin is Batman's pretty much first kid. So a lot of his mistakes was taken out on Dick, but
Till Jason.
he
Jason dies
yeah.
on his watch.
yeah, but that
Yeah,
was
that's-
pretty much again like didn't he run off all by himself and try to fight the Joker?
Yeah.
Like he never listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he listens as much as a kid does, but the other one just thought like he knew it all. The other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Batman
Jason
kind of led him
was
in
like,
a way
"Oh,
because he
listen."
missed
Yeah.
Dick.
I know everything. You can't teach me nothing, and that's what happens. The crowbar taught him a lot.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, no. Listen, if you're a Robin fan, if you're a Dustin fan, a Batman fan, they don't play Batman in a good light. But we all know Batman's an asshole anyway. But you need it. Sometimes in life, you need to be that person.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I guess Batman definitely is like, it's like the movies, I'm not the villain I'm the hero that you want, it's the hero that we need.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, God, what's your last takeaway from this?
I liked it. It was a fun, quick. Love the artwork. Batman, like Matt said, wasn't as bad as this one. I kind of got some of his. Honestly, there was I kind of got why he was like that all the way around. And I'm thinking about it. 'Cause the other one, yeah, he shouldn't be smacking a kid and leaving him alone.
And
in the
it wasn't
store.
like a smack. He
He-
lunged that door. Like, you're not touching me.
But I
in
get
front of
why
people.
Batman was overprotective of him in the beginning. I believe Robin could have gotten out by himself. I
Yeah.
don't think, but
And then you had that one point in this book, and again, when I say Batman's like mentally abusive, Alfred tells him like, listen, you gotta calm down. He's a kid. He's like, well, I lost my childhood. Why should he have his? And he pretty much tells Alfred that. And Alfred's like, whoa, like,
Well,
like,
so that was
oh,
Batman having a tantrum.
you know what I mean? And he's like,
But maybe in a way, it's like he wants to make sure that Robin's protected on the
course.
street. You know what I mean? Because if he's too happy-go-lucky, he can get killed.
Yeah.
So he has to be focused. But then, obviously, in the end,
You need that
Batman's wrong.
balance.
Yeah.
But I think Batman was like not so much on the balance. That's why I think Alfred and Batman were doing this. You know.
yeah, it was yin and yang.
But other than
He-
Batman throwing a tantrum, I kind of got it all. You know what I mean? And then Batman was caring. He did give him the thing, even though he
Yeah,
did.
Batman.
Even though he did look at his diary, you know, which was wrong. But again, I love that part when out of the watchtower and he was like, report. And that's Batman being Batman, because you never know when these people with powers become a problem in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Batman's just thinking ahead of the curve. It's kind of like, you know, the old saying with a weapon: you'd rather have it and not have to use it than need it and not have it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get that. And that's said by other things too. But we won't go
Yeah.
there.
No, it's good.
So-
That's great. I mean, it's great. I mean, definitely a really quick read, like you guys said.
Yeah, it was.
like
And
15
they-
minutes, 5
to read
minutes a
them.
book.
Yeah, and the writer on this, Jeff Lemire, he's done phenomenal stuff. He's done. He's been in the industry for a long time as well, you know, and you know, definitely a great storyteller,
Yeah.
and you know, and with Nigen's artwork, it really, you know, sets the story
And the tone.
and the tone and the way he uses the lights and
Yep.
darks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like,
The mood.
you know, he really he
lighting.
did a great job on this. Really phenomenal. That's great, guys. I mean, I didn't read it, but I mean, this is definitely something that I would think that, you know, people should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, should have in their
So it's a
You know.
good,
And you can pick it up here at Fortress Solitude.
yeah.
especially
50
like
anniversary.
Nightwing now. Like you don't get his childhood stories anymore. You don't really get any of the Robins all grown up and now.
Yeah.
So it's always
Yeah.
nice to go back to the beginning and like get a different take. And I say there's like probably
It's
an
like
Elseworld
Elseworld,
because
It doesn't say Black Label.
Killer Croc
right on
knew
that,
who,
but it's definitely
yeah.
Elseworld.
who he is.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
I
they
would
might make
think-
another one.
I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
out
consider
of
it.
all the Robins, which one they've been spent the most time on as far as the childhood? Damien? For the most part, but because
Well, yeah,
Damien's
because
still
Damien started as a child and he's still a child.
he's still a
so
child, yeah.
I would
And
say
they got
so.
Super Sons, and they got all those other stories and stuff. So
Yeah,
he's-
they drag him
I
out.
think yeah,
He's
He's
they're
not
spending
grown
they're
up.
spending time with Damien. So
Because with Dick, they had to grow him quick because they knew the readers were growing up at the time when
Yeah.
these comics were out in the 80s and stuff. That was what Mark Wolfman said when he created Teen Titans. He goes, he needed them to grow older
yeah,
because
The readers
like the
were-
readers were growing older.
It's like
Yeah.
the Harry Potter books. And it started
Yeah.
as very childish, and as it got further,
So
it's
Robin,
like, it
but
grew
think
with the
about it though.
readers.
From
True.
what Robin grew up in the 70s, so I was like from the 40s to the 70s. That's a long time. That's 40 years, all right?
that's pretty long.
So, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty
when
long time.
he becomes Nightwing in the 90s. Is it
So.
the 90s or early?
Then he was like a
Judas
little
contract.
taller. He had like he was the kid wearing the
That was
underwear,
a
but he had
Judas
long ass
contract.
legs
Yeah.
and older.
Which
So
we
yeah,
can,
so
we can speak on
I
that
mean,
too.
that's we got to speak on Robin now.
Yeah,
You got me
So-
like
yeah,
remembering
So great
Robin.
stuff.
So,
So I mean, yeah, no, I mean, definitely a great read, guys. Pick this up. You know,
Has everything you
Yeah.
want. Good art, good writing.
Issue 2,
You know.
Nice story.
I'm sorry,
The
issue
feels.
2, issue 3. Yeah, and interesting colors for each
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah, they have the
Blue,
variant ones.
and then
And
red
in the
at
back.
the very, very end. Yeah, so
Yeah.
really great
I
art
think
in the
everyone
back
will
as well.
enjoy it.
So, all right.
Yeah, like I said, and after you read it, just make sure you sit around and you speak on it, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely. Don't forget.
On
Till
that
next time,
note,
guys, take
take care. Stay
Bye-bye.
encouraged.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.